Charlton. It's off the line again.
Leeds did everything but score at Elland Road, so Dinamo Zagreb's 2-0 win in Yugoslavia meant they collected the trophy. But Leeds were getting closer to genuine success. 1968, and hurdler David Hemery struck gold at the Olympic Games in Mexico. Boxer Chris Finnegan also brought a gold medal back to Great Britain. And Colin Cowdrey scored a century in his 100th test. At last, there would be joy too for Leeds United. They were attacking again on 4 fronts. Johnny Giles put them ahead against Manchester City, and then made the second goal for Jack Charlton. Leeds finished 4th in the table and lost to Everton in the semi-final of the FA Cup. The League Cup, though, had a happier ending. Leeds' Wembley opponents were Arsenal, themselves approaching a vintage period in their history under Bertie Mee. The two clubs would be great adversaries over the next 5 years. But in 1968, Leeds were that bit more hardened than the North Londoners, and better equipped to handle a gruelling final in which 1 goal was always going to be enough. When it came, it meant the world to Leeds. The scorer was fullback Terry Cooper, but had Leeds taken on too much?
Well, possibly because we had so many games in the last few weeks when the players were getting tired and jaded after a tremendous season. With 5 games to go, we're still involved in the chance of winning the 4 major tournaments, as you would say.
In fact, Leeds won 2 of those trophies. The Fairs Cup final, again held over, saw Leeds in dark shirts beat Ferencváros in the first leg at Elland Road thanks to that scramble goal by Mick Jones. The second leg was played in Budapest.
And Charlton begins to lumber up toward, and now striding out at top speed for the penalty area. There he is, number 5. In goes Jones. Oh, and it hit the bar, with the whole of the Ferencváros defence watching open-mouthed and amazed. In goes Albert. On a great chance. Hey. Oh, Serki. It's like Novak, though I still wouldn't mind having a little bet on... No, it's Novak. Oh, what a save by Sprigg. Novak was the man who hit it. Rakashi. Albert. Varga. It's the side netting.
So now Billy Bremner raised a European trophy to go with the League Cup. Now he and Leeds craved for the big prize, the First Division Championship. 1969 was a great year for British sport, and Jones won Wimbledon. The Open Golf Championship was won by our own Tony Jacklin. And Jackie Stewart roared to the World Motor Racing Championship. Add to that parade of champions the name of Leeds United.
Hunter putting it back. Hunter again, and still the pressure is on Leeds United. Cooper. O'Grady, a great goal! Beautiful goal! Hibbett to O'Grady. Jones has got a lot of time. Great save either by McNabb. He's popping and blowing there, or Wilson. I think perhaps Wilson got his hands to it. Charlton, a goal! He's got it again. There must have been about 5 men on the goal line.
The 1968-69 season remains the finest in Leeds United's league history. The rest of the First Division were reduced almost to the role of bystanders.
Oh, the penalty! The penalty! Now that bounced badly for Tommy Wright, he had to handle it. There was no doubt. And so, his crafty customer, Johnny Giles, to take the penalty for Leeds United. Ball with Husband on the right wing. Oh, what a great goal! A beautiful goal by Royal. What a goal by this 19-year-old Joe Royal. Both these teams now beginning to tire, and one doesn't wonder at that. What a how fit they are, and they both are superbly fit. It's been a tremendous test of stamina. After Bremner, here's Charlton. Madeley and Gray. Oh, no doubt about
that. Leeds were now in a phenomenal run, which was to take them from the middle of October until the end of the season without a single league defeat. Against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, they took the lead through Mike O'Grady, but had to be content with a point when Dave Sexton's developing team equalised through Peter Osgood. Still in London, Leeds took the lead at Highbury as well, through their dependable centre-forward Mick Jones. Although Arsenal came back to equalise through George Graham, later to be their manager, the championship came that bit closer as Giles nudged Leeds to victory. They were now approaching a points record.
And get another Leeds attack. Cooper. Giles, again being forced to play it across the line of the defence, and the defence retreats into the penalty area. Jones, yes! Charlton. One of the highs today. Almost got the defence in a tackle too. Reedy. Madeley. Giles. Reedy. Yes! What a wonderful goal!
But the great thing about that championship year was that we had to go to Liverpool on the Monday night. We had 2 games left, Liverpool and then Nottingham Forest at home on the Wednesday. We had to go, and then Liverpool line second. If they'd beaten us, that had still a chance of getting the championship. We went there, and it was one of the best defensive exhibitions I think I've ever seen in my life. I took a bit of a gamble. I played Terry Cooper tight on Callaghan, and I played Paul Reaney tight on Thompson, and we played Paul Madeley in front of Jack Charlton and Norman Hunter to shut the service off to Ian St John, and it worked a dream. And at the end of the match, Billy went to our supporters at the bottom end, where there must have been about 89,000 Leeds supporters there, and he came to the dugout and he said to me, "Great, boss," and he jumped on me. I said, "Oh, it's fantastic, so at last we've got the championship." And I said, "Take them to the Kop." "Oh, no," he said, "I can't do that." So he walked them for the Kop. I'd never seen a sight like it. He walked them from the halfway line towards the Kop. When they got to the 18 yards box, the Kop just went deathly quiet, 27,000 people. And he walked and he walked and he walked till he got right on the dead ball line, only about 6 yards from them now, from the middle of the Kop. And they lifted one chap up on the shoulders and he started singing Champions. And the 27,000 immediately picked up this Champions, and they kept our players there for 5 minutes, clapping and roaring Champions to them. And they just lost the championship, which I thought was fantastic.
Reeves' Leeds, men like Gary Sprake, Paul Reaney, Terry Cooper, had won it with the best First Division record of the century. Only 2 defeats all season and a total of 67 points. Now Bremner and his troops had crossed an important frontier.
But I remember more important what took place after that was the fact that, I don't say we were negative, but some people looked at it as a negative side. But from then on, the boss then decided that you know, we had more flair than a lot of people anticipated, and therefore from 69 till about 74, we were let off the leash a little bit, in the sense that we didn't concern ourselves with the opposition as much, and we just went out and played our own natural game. And I thought in them 3 or 4 years we played some of the best football that the country's seen for a long, long time.
1970, World Cup year in Mexico, and that unforgettable save from Pelé by England goalkeeper Gordon Banks. Australians dominated Wimbledon. John Newcombe was the handsome champion among the men. Margaret Court just as supreme among the women. Before defending their title, Leeds won the Charity Shield, beating FA Cup holders Manchester City at Elland Road.
Bremner to Gray, and it's a goal! Now racing towards the goal line as it comes across, and it's a goal! Yet another trophy for Leeds United in this incredible run of success.
Right, I want 1 or 2 change sprints. Now I shan't change. I want you to change over with the fellas across. All right? Don't jump the gun, Jack.
Early in that 1969-70 season, Leeds extended their unbeaten run of First Division games to 34, a record later beaten by Nottingham Forest. But this year, the league was not top priority.
I think after the 68-69 season, Don Revie actually said, we're going to go for the Cup this year and the European Cup. He made a conscious decision to do that. In other words, we'll relax a little bit in the league. We were never really in the championship race that year. Everton went well ahead of us in the championship race. And I think when you win the championship, it's very hard to maintain that enthusiasm to go again at the start of the next season. And I think Don Revie felt that we wouldn't have that enthusiasm, so we'd play the league matches, but we'd really go for the Cup and the FA Cup when it started, when it came round. And that's what we did. We were never in the championship race, so that wasn't a disappointment.
Neither was Leeds' early season form. Tottenham Hotspur, including a certain Jimmy Greaves, were just one of the teams put to the sword.
John Giles, a beauty to Norman Hunter. And it's a goal! Beautiful goal by Bremner! And a dream ball! A beautiful goal! A beautiful goal from Clark. Spurs coming. Look at the space that Greaves has now. Greaves! He must do it, yes, he's got one. Jimmy Greaves coming through. A minute to go, and a penalty to Leeds United. Leading at the moment, 2 goals to 1. Handball by Collins, a penalty to protect Giles. Well, the schoolboys watching, the ideal way there to take a penalty.
Brett Clark! Jones laying it on for Bates, and up front is Clark. He's not offside. Lorimer Jones. A goal. Yes, a goal. Nick Jones, the scorer. Beanie. Leeds players never stopped running. Up goes Jones. A goal! Royal. Whittle. He scored. A good goal. Well taken by Whittle. Hunter to Bremner. Meany going up the right, and Jones down the middle. Oh, and a lucky boy. It's a goal. Scored by Clark. He nipped in before Harris. Collins. Oh, he deserved it. He deserved it. Webb. That's 2-1. Bremner, number 4. Number 10, Giles. Bates. Cooper. A great goal by Cooper.
Giles to take it. First match of his season.